Some words resonate deeply with a woman, while others leave her vulnerable. They bypass her rational thought, slip past her defenses, and settle in the deepest parts of her, places she guards fiercely. Most men are unaware of these powerful words. They opt for safety, remaining superficial. However, if you aim to be remembered, desired, and felt by her long after you're gone, you need to use language that truly moves her. Today, I'm sharing precisely that. 3 forbidden phrases that evoke an inexplicable feeling in a woman, something she won't admit but will never forget. 1. You're the one place I feel at home. This phrase isn't merely romantic. It's profoundly effective, and there's a good reason for that. When you look into her eyes, lowering your voice just enough for these words to feel like a secret, and say, "You're the one place I feel at home," it doesn't just touch her heart. It penetrates every layer of her emotional defenses. Why? Because you're not giving her a compliment. Instead, you're assigning her an emotional role in your life, elevating her above every other woman she's ever compared herself to. You're not telling her she's beautiful, a compliment she's heard countless times. You're not saying she's amazing, which sounds pleasant but doesn't leave a deep impression. You're conveying, "You are my safe haven in a world that feels restless. You are the only spot on this planet where my soul can truly exhale." Do you realize how rare it is for her to hear something like that? Here's a truth most men don't realize. Women don't just want to be desired. They want to be felt. They want to be the answer to a question you can't articulate. They want to feel like their presence softens the parts of you the world has hardened. They want to feel like more than just someone you like. They want to feel like a sanctuary. And this phrase delivers exactly that. Consider the weight of these words. You're the one place I feel at home. It's not about material things or transactions. It's not about what she does for you. It's about what she is for you. You've stripped away pretense and games, admitting that in her presence, you can drop the mask you wear for everyone else. And believe me, when a woman feels like she's the only one who sees the unfiltered you, that's when she falls deeply. Because you've made her more than just a romantic interest. You've made her irreplaceable. Now, here's where its power intensifies. When you say this, it creates a dual effect within her. First, it softens her. She feels emotionally safe. She feels she matters beyond the superficial, beyond physical attraction, beyond the chase. She feels she's entered a sacred space in your world that no one else can touch. Second, it ignites her desire. Okay? Now she doesn't just want to maintain that role in your life. She wants to deepen it. She wants to live up to it. She wants to be the woman who consistently provides you with that sense of belonging. This is why delivery is as crucial as the words themselves. You don't blurt it out casually in a text. You don't utter it during a meaningless conversation. You say it when the energy between you is palpable with anticipation. Perhaps it's after a long conversation where she shared something vulnerable. Perhaps it's when you're sitting quietly together and she's wondering what's on your mind. That's when you turn to her, hold her gaze long enough for her breath to catch. And then let it out. "You're the one place I feel at home." It will hit her like a wave. And here's the beauty of it. She'll replay it repeatedly. Days, even weeks later, that sentence will echo in her mind at random moments. It's more than just words. It's a memory trigger. Every time she thinks of it, she won't just remember what you said. She'll remember how you made her feel when you said it. And that feeling is what keeps her captivated. 2. I don't want perfect. I want you. There are words that are pleasant to hear, and then there are words that profoundly shake a woman. This phrase belongs in the latter category. When you look at her and say, "I don't want perfect. I want you," it's not just a statement. It's a revolution in her mind. Why? Because you've just dismantled one of the deepest insecurities most women carry, the pressure to be perfect. You've told her she doesn't need to be flawless to be worthy of your attention. She doesn't need to always say the right thing, look a certain way, or conform to some unrealistic standard. You're telling her that, in your eyes, she doesn't need to perform. She can simply be. And that's where the magic unfolds. Here's the truth. Even the most confident woman you know grapples with silent doubts. She wonders if she's enough. She compares herself to others. She fears that if someone saw the raw, unfiltered version of Hertha, one who cries at night, the one who makes mistakes, the one who sometimes feels like a mess, they would flee. And then you tell her, I don't want perfect. I want you. Suddenly, she feels completely and entirely seen. You've told her you're not interested in some idealized version of her. You want the real thing, the flaws, the quirks, the unvarnished truth. You want the woman beneath the filters, beneath the social mask, beneath the performance. And when a woman feels that level of acceptance, she melts. Because you've done something most men can't. You've made her feel safe in her imperfection. Now, here's the secret. This phrase doesn't just make her feel good, it makes her desire you. Why? 'Cause it flips the script. You've removed the pressure on her to be perfect, and instead placed it on yourself to handle the real her. You're demonstrating that your attraction runs deeper than superficial admiration. You want the side of her most people never get to see, the raw, messy, beautifully human side. This creates an intoxicating emotional intimacy. She starts letting you in. She shares more. She opens doors that were previously locked. Once she realizes you don't flinch when she reveals her flaws. She craves being around you because you've become something rare. A man who can hold space for all of her. But here's where the true power of this phrase lies. It creates freedom. Freedom for her to shed the act. Freedom to stop worrying about always being on. Freedom to feel like she doesn't have to win you over. Because in your presence, she's already enough. And that freedom doesn't make her complacent. It makes her fall because you're not like the others, the ones who demand perfection, who only want her best angles, her most polished self. You're telling her that the messy, unguarded version of her, the one she hides from the world, is the one you're most drawn to. That creates a connection so powerful, so deeply rooted that she won't be able to stop thinking about you. It's seductive, but not in the way most people think. It's not about physical intimacy. It's about emotional nakedness, the kind that binds her to you in ways she won't even fully comprehend. 3. You make me want to risk everything. There are phrases that flirt, phrases that charm, and then there are phrases that unravel a woman from the inside out. You make me want to risk everything falls squarely into that last category. When you say this, you're not just complimenting her. You're exposing yourself. You're admitting something dangerous, forbidden, and deeply human, that she pulls you toward her in a way that defies logic, safety, and even your own self-preservation. This isn't a line you toss out casually. It carries immense weight. It says, I know who I am. I know what I stand for. But you make me willing to step outside every boundary I've set for myself. It tells her that she's not just another woman in your life. She's the exception. The one who makes you reconsider everything you thought you'd never compromise on. Why does this phrase resonate so profoundly? Because every woman dreams of being that for someone. She dreams of being the one who disarms the man who swore he couldn't be disarmed. It's the one who makes a strong man vulnerable. It's the one who turns the unshakable into the shaken. When you tell her, you make me want to risk everything. You're telling her she has that effect on youth, that she makes you feel alive in a way that's worth the uncertainty, the danger, even the possible heartbreak. And that, in itself, is intoxicating. This phrase also ignites a fire within her because it hints at stakes. It implies that being with her isn't easy. That she's not just a choice you made on a whim. That she comes with risks, perhaps emotional, perhaps social, perhaps even moral. And yet, here you are, willingly leaning into them. It makes her feel powerful, desired, irresistible. Like she holds a gravitational pull over you that no one else possesses. And here's where it becomes even more seductive. This phrase creates intimacy through vulnerability. Men often mistakenly believe strength means being untouchable. But the truth is, the strongest men are the ones who can look a woman in the eye and say, "You move me. You change me. You terrify me, ... and I still want you." That's the paradox. Vulnerability in a man, when expressed with confidence, doesn't make him weak. It makes him unforgettable. If you've ever said something to a woman that made her look at you differently, share it in the comments below. She felt it. Let's see how. Many men have spoken words that left a lasting impression.